Hey nail friends, let's reorganize all these nail brushes that I have.
Okay, so my brushes are all in my little cart that goes and pulls up next to me with my stamping supplies and stuff, which I gotta put a couple of them away. But I want to organize this. So I bought another one of these little Michael's organizer things, specifically for this cart. So I'm gonna put it right here, but I'll have to get rid of one of these and at least move it to the side or something. I like the height that they're at, so I think I'll just leave them there. But I'll put them on here, and then I'm going to separate them by sizes for 7 and 8, maybe 9, 10, 20, and then we'll see. And then I'll just label each little section. And some of them are builder gel, hard gel application brushes, different types. So we will separate. And if I need a third one of these, then I'll just go to the store later today and get a third one. But let's fix this little mess here.
Now I am just laying out all of my brushes that I have, and I'm separating them by sizes here, one by one, little by little. I did speed up this video just because it would be, I think it took me a little more than an hour to go through, separate things, and lay them out so that I could easily identify and things like that. And I am going to clean them off with acetone to get off any remaining gel product or anything like that that is on the brush. I typically caps them back up so the gel isn't necessarily dry, but some of them I do leave with white gel polish. Some of them I leave with black gel polish just because I use those colors often. So here I'm taking alcohol and cleaning the outside of the brushes, and acetone is in that little cup. Then we're taking one of my nail art palettes and just putting gel base to restore the actual bristles on the brushes, cleaning them off, wiping it on a napkin, getting them moistened with the gel polish so they are nice and clean and the bristles are together. The easiest thing to do is to mess up a brush. If you're not paying attention, you can put it back in the cap and put it in crooked, and then the bristles actually stay crooked unless you fully restore it, which I will show you at the end of the video. I do have some brushes that I used to use and put them in there specifically, like pinched, curved, I guess I don't really know what it's called, where you bend it on purpose inside the cap. And I will be restoring those to make them straight again, so I'll just let you guys watch. And here's a little sneak peek of my kitty cat trying to figure out what it is that I am doing, and then he makes me knock this over. So then I have to get that standing up straight again. I think I knock it over a few more times here in this video, but kitty cat's worth it. So it actually looks like I have a lot of brushes. I do have a lot of brushes. If you're a new nail artist or starting out making press-ons, doing your nails at home, anything like that, you don't need this many brushes. I've just collected them over time, trying out new brands. Oh, there's the kitty, trying to figure out what these things are on the desk, and there he went. So yeah, the brushes, I do have a good amount of them. I actually do use most of my brushes that I have here on the desk, which is why, as you can see, either they have been cleaned and are good to go and I'm not actually restoring them, or I am cleaning them, restoring them, and putting them in my little container. I think I got rid of 2, maybe 3 that I no longer use, but for the most part I do use these brushes. But essentially you don't need a ton. You really just, I recommend 4mm brush to do the smallest little strokes and the smallest designs, and usually you can get a kit that has 4mm, 7 or 9mm, 10, some come with 12, and then 20 and 25mm, and 20 and 25 is the longest ones if you're like doing Frenchies and striping and long leaves and things like that. And if you don't use them, you don't use them. I didn't use the longer ones for a long time. And then once I learned the ease of the strokes with the longer brush, then it worked better for me. But like I said, I do have different kinds. I do carry sets and singles in my shop, MaryRosieDips.com, for a great price.
And here is my label maker. I've been using this specific one, I think maybe going on 3 years now. I used to just use it on my swatch sticks, but I literally label everything. And it's super convenient because you can get different label sizes. And I've got several options. You know, you can have the one with the black background and white letters, or white background and black letters. And it just makes it that much easier. So I'm going to be doing the labels for the little containers so that I can label each of the little sections. And here you see me using this one specifically. So I cut it, and then once I did the one, I went and printed out like all the way up to the 20 millimeter size. And then I realized that it wasn't doing the spacing like I normally have it, to where it's compact and doesn't waste as much tape. I think it's chain lettering or something like that is the actual setting. Chain printing, maybe, something like that. And I recently replaced the batteries. Now, mind you, I've had this almost 3 years and I haven't had to replace the batteries on it I don't even remember ever changing the batteries. And when I did, it kind of reset to the original settings, which is why I didn't realize that it was printing without minimizing the amount that it uses off of the, what do you call it, the actual tape. So here I did a couple, and then you'll kind of see me going back and redoing it with the chain printing or whatnot. And I'm just going to label so it's easy for me to pull them out and put them back. Like I sorted these by sizes of the brushes, and it just makes it that much easier. And this is what we are looking like. So I have my 4 and 5 millimeter brushes, 7 and 8, 12, 20 and 25, my flat and oval application brushes, my cleanup ombre brushes, or my cleanup brushes, my design ones for like when I paint flowers and stuff, and the ombre brushes, dotting tools, which is in this bigger bin, and acrylic and polygel brushes. Now, these two are some of my original ones, which I think I might move a little bit further up and just get one more of these. I do have more dotting tools to put in here, but even if I were to switch to the one with the little separators for $10, it fits perfectly in this one final spot right here to replace these two, because these are just too big, so it looks kind of annoyingly bulky. But now let's just finish. I just have to clean up these brushes and reshape them, so I'll show you how I kind of restore. And so to restore my brushes, I'll take some clean acetone and I'm going to put it in my little cup container thing again. And then that little bowl back there is actually hot water. I put it in the microwave to get it nice and hot. The hotter the better. I mean, we're not going to stick our hands in it or anything. So, and that is, the water is not brown. Weirdly enough, it looks like that on camera. I think that was the color of the bowl. And so this is what that brush looks like, and I'm just making sure I take off any remaining gel. I think I had already cleaned this one. And then it's gonna go into the hot water like so, and it straightens it out. See how the bristles look? I think it's hilarious that it does it. So the bristles right there, and they straighten up with the water. And then I just want to make sure that the water is completely out of it and it's dry. I do go back in with the acetone to make sure that the water is kind of evaporated out of there. Nice, clean, dry, and as straight as I can really get it. And once we know, oh, I thought I took it out of there. Okay, well, I'm putting it back in the water to try to make it more straight. I think it was straight enough, but that's fine. So as long as you get the water out of it, that's the biggest thing, is getting the water out of it and being able to reconstitute what it normally would look like. And this brush also had a couple of little fibers that were kind of sticking out, and I wanted to make them flush with each other so I wouldn't have to cut them. So I went in, same thing, acetone. You can see the little fibers kind of poking out of the sides. I'm going to try to straighten it back up to the original state by putting it in the water, and then we'll dip it in the gel. And then I put some gel base on this palette, and we're just running the gel base through the brush once it's nice and dry, just to fix up the fibers and get them to be what the original state was. So that's what the brush looks like, pretty much brand new. And this is how you can fix your brushes. And I'll do the same thing with that 25mm liner brush, I think is what it was, that other pink one that I set to the side. It is clean, it is dry. Now it just needs gel. Thank you so much for joining me on my cleaning and organizing brush stash video. I appreciate you all. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.